This morning, President Trump continuing his efforts to dramatically downsize the federal workforce. A new memo directs federal agencies to promptly prepare for large-scale reductions in staff and to submit those plans by March 13th.
Had tremendous success.
The president defending the cuts during his first cabinet meeting, where he also defended his point man on reductions, billionaire Elon Musk.
So I'm going to ask if it's possible to have Elon get up first and talk about Doge, because it seems to be of great interest to everyone.
The overall goal here with the Doge team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits.
Some of the cuts include a staggering 65% of the Environmental Protection Agency's workforce. Musk also defending his recent email where he demanded federal workers list out their recent accomplishments or risk being fired.
I think that email perhaps was best interpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse?
The White House now says more than 1 million employees have responded, roughly half of all federal workers. On the campaign trail, Trump promised that Doge would cut $2 trillion in spending, but now he's walked back that goal to $1 trillion in cuts. And for the first time, the Supreme Court is getting involved in at least one of the cases regarding federal funds. At issue, nearly $2 billion in foreign aid payments the administration has frozen. A lower court judge ordered the government to unfreeze those payments by midnight last night. Critics say the freeze in funding for past aid work risks the lives of millions of people who depend on programs the U.S. government has funded for decades.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Real News Podcast, where we dissect the latest news and what really matters. All right. So today we just need to talk about what just happened, what they were just talking about. Supreme Chief Justice John Roberts stepping in and halting a major federal judge order requiring Trump's administration to pay out foreign aid funds. Now, a lot of those foreign aid funds were, people have been seeing and hearing about where those foreign aid funds have been going to operations, physical change operations, and books and plays, Sesame Street in different countries. It's just ridiculous. All right. Now let's just break this down. All right. So grab a seat. We're just going to it's about to get real. So here's the deal. We had a federal judge telling the Trump administration to roll out some serious foreign aid payments to contractors and grant recipients. But hold on. All right. Chief Justice Roberts said, pause that right now. Now imagine telling a billionaire businessman to spend money he's holding on to. You think Trump wasn't feeling that pressure? John Roberts jumped in and said, let's hit the brakes. The case centers around a bigger battle. And I don't know if can a sitting administration decide how and when foreign aid is paid, or does this judiciary have the power to force their hands? It's money we're talking about. Uncle Sam doesn't hand over the bag that easily. Now, let's talk about Chief Justice Roberts for a minute. Y'all know he's got this careful, calculated style to him. Dude looks at cases like it's chess, not checkers. By pausing the judge's orders, he's saying, let's slow down and analyze this before setting any precedents. Now, don't forget the Supreme Court ain't a place to play games. This decision is about long-term impacts. Some folks see Roberts as unpredictable, a conservative, but with tendencies to keep the court from looking like it's playing by one party's playbooks. He's strategic, really strategic. Now, this pause is Roberts doing what he does best. Now, keeping the judiciary in check while making sure Trump's administration has breathing room. Break it down a little bit more. Let's get into the real tea. This isn't just about foreign aid. Y'all know it's about power. Who really gets to call the shots in the government spending? If this federal judge order sticks, administration loses some maneuverability when it comes to handling major funds. Now, think about it. If you're a president and every time the courts want to make you cut the check, you're stuck. Robert is just balancing this out. All right? Because you know Trump isn't about to sit on this quiet at all. Now, for guys whose entire brand is control, having the courts make these kinds of calls is a no-go. And honestly, for anybody in his position, it's a power flex that they're not willing to risk. Now, foreign aid payments would set a larger precedent about federal spending orders overall. It's just bigger than we think in this case. It's just bigger when we think. But here's what gets me fired up, y'all. Why are we focused on federal aid payments while our own government's priorities are all over the place? California is out there begging for disaster relief funds while spending billions on non-citizens. But meanwhile, contractors who grant recipients for foreign aid want U.S. tax dollars right now. And the courts are just trying to force that. Now pause for a second. Should we let those dollars out the door without first cleaning up our own mess? I mean, we should get our priorities straight before we start dealing with other people. Bottom line, this isn't about foreign aid. It's about balancing government. It's about prioritizing our own people while also handling international obligations responsibly. So let me know what you think. Should Roberts have stepped in? Should the Trump administration just cut the check? Or, does this pause all make sense to everybody? So drop your comments below. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. We're just getting started. Like I said, until next time, stay sharp, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.